Western Cape, they are braving harrowing conditions to douse a runaway blaze. Temperatures soared to over 42 degrees today. Firefighters have been battling fires for over 48 hours without respite, and their efforts have not gone unnoticed. President Jacob Zuma praised them today, as did Cape Town Mayor Patricia de Lille. Big-hearted residents have provided nourishment and supplies. Another day and the fight continues. Without pause, a relentless struggle against the odds. But for these unassuming firefighters, it's just another day on the job. Working on Fire says the fire in the South Peninsula has reignited in Constantiaberg, Tokai Forest and Tierbos Kloof. The fire is also getting very close to property at St. James in Muizenberg. Cape Town Fire Chief Theo Layne says they have deployed additional resources to the area. We go live now to our reporter Nomawethu Solwandle. She's at the scene in Constantiaberg. Nomawethu, good evening and thank you so much for joining us. We understand the fires are spreading. Are firefighters coping?
Well, a very good evening to you, Lulu. It's certainly going to be another long night for firefighters here in the South Peninsula that, like you said, have been trying to contain this blaze since Sunday. Now, there's been a flare-up, and the areas of serious concern now are Constantia, where we are, Tokai and Hout Bay. You'll remember those were Hout Bay was one of the areas of concern since yesterday because of those informal settlements right at the beginning of Hout Bay. So yes, Lulu, it's going to be another long night for the firefighters here in the Cape Peninsula.
Any casualties reported so far, Nomawethu?
At this point, no, Lulu. You understand, you remember that there's been a firefighter that was wounded and taken to hospital on Monday. He seems to be recovering well at this stage. There's been, earlier on when we got an update from the fire department, they told us that there was no threat to property then. That was about 4 p.m. In the afternoon. But of course now with the flare-up, nobody can confirm what is going to happen overnight. Because of course, like in any fire, we are at the mercy of weather conditions. Earlier on, the wind had died down just a little bit. But I mean, it takes only like 2-3 hours and then it flares up again because the wind speed picks up. And of course, like you said, temperatures soar to about 40 degrees in Cape Town today.
Now, finally, Nomawethu, in terms of reinforcement or assistance for firefighters who are out there, how is it working? Is there anybody coming out or coming up with a different plan or idea with regards to assisting the firefighters in getting the flames doused?
This is definitely a joint operation, Lulu, from the provincial government, from national government, as well as the community alike. I said to you yesterday, you know, the community is praising these people, bringing them food and water when they can. And the national department, like the National Defence Force, have given up an aircraft so that they can assist here. And of course, as the flare-up started earlier this afternoon, they say it's all hands on deck at the moment, and they've taken all their resources and they've brought them out here to make sure that this flare-up does not get to property or there won't be any loss of life at this stage, Lulu.
Nomawethu, thank you so much for joining us. That was SABC reporter Nomawethu Solwandle joining us live from Constantiaberg in the Western Cape.